What is calibration? In this video we will learn what is the definition of calibration and how the temperature sensors and temperature transmitters are calibrated. So let's start. Calibration is the process of configuring an instrument to provide a result for a sample within an acceptable range. So we will configure our instrument and we will provide a sample, and then we will configure the instrument to give us a result which is in the acceptable range. Eliminating factors that cause inaccurate measurement is a fundamental aspect of instrumentation design calibration. So we will eliminate the factor that causes the error. Calibration is a way to teach the instrument to produce results that are more accurate than those that would occur otherwise. So we will teach our instrument to give us the result which is accurate. Calibration process involves using the instrument called calibrator, which are used to test samples of one or more known values. For the calibration we use the calibrators. What is the reason of calibration? The possible presence of drift due to the long period of continuous usage while exposed to different factors in the environment. So we need the calibration. Sensors are deteriorating through different exposures in environmental effects such as vibration and extreme temperatures and the extreme pressures. So they drift and we need to calibrate them. Temperature calibration. Temperature is measured either using a thermocouple sensors or a RTD, resistance temperature detector. So we use mostly these two sensors, a thermocouple or RTD. Majority of the temperature transmitters are using RTD, which is commonly a PT100 platinum 100. It is made of platinum and have resistance 100 ohm at 0 degree centigrade. A temperature measurement comprises a sensor and a transmitter. Both have an effect in final output going to the display panel. So we have a sensor and a transmitter. The transmitter will convert the sensor value into a signal. Temperature calibration consists of placing the thermometer, which is our sensor, under test into a known stable temperature environment. So we will put our sensor into a stable and the known temperature. Then a comparison is made between the actual temperature and the reading indicated by the sensor, which is thermometer, RTD or thermocouple. Then we will note the difference. What is the difference? And then we will check whether the calibration is needed or not. How to calibrate a temperature sensor? So we will see whether we can calibrate a sensor or not. In industrial applications, temperature calibration usually involves thermistors, thermocouples or platinum resistance or the RTD. So these are the sensors mostly used in industry. It consists of an as found check to make sure the temperature probe is within the calibration tolerance. First of all, we will check the as found, that what is the situation of the sensor, whether it is in the range or not. If a probe is found to be out of tolerance, it is typically replaced with the new probe that is in the tolerance. So we will need to replace the sensor. Alternatively, offset to correct the out of tolerance condition can be made directly to the electronic transmitter. Otherwise, we will make the adjustment in the electronic transmitter connected to the temperature sensor. The cost of the temperature probe versus the cost of adjusting the transmitter should be considered. So we will consider whether it is good for us to replace the probe or good for us to calibrate the transmitter, and then we will check which method is feasible. According to that, either we will replace the sensor or we will adjust the temperature transmitter, which is called the temperature transmitter calibration. In either case, the temperature calibration should be conducted over the specified range of the sensor or its range of application. In simple, we can just test a sensor that it is in the tolerance or not. Then we will replace it or we will calibrate the transmitter to compensate the error. So we will need to replace the sensor mostly. What is the basic calibration setup? For the basic calibration setup, first of all we will connect the hard test lead to the transmitter. In this way, with the transmitter we will connect the leads of our heart, which is our calibrator. It is mostly connected in parallel to the supply. The output from the thermocouple jacks on the heart will simulate a temperature input to the transmitter. So this heart will give us an output which is a temperature, and we will give this to the transmitter. Red and black test leads will provide loop up to the transmitter. So we will connect our red and black test leads of the calibrator or the heart. The current resulting from temperature changes into the transmitter. So we will simulate the sensor in the calibrator and then we will check output of the transmitter. Power on the calibrator. We will power on our calibrator. Then we will select the milliamp button and the loop button to select measure milliamps with 24 volt loop. Then we will press the measure oblique source button. This button is marked and it is written measure or source until the lower portion of the calibrator display indicates the source mode. Then we will press the thermocouple button until a thermocouple type, whether it is K, J or any. Then we will select the centigrade button for the range. Then we will select the centigrade button, which is our unit of the temperature. Usually we select the centigrade, which is a unit of temperature. Then set the 0 point for this application into the calibrator. In the calibrator we will set the temperature, which is our 0 point. To do this, set the display initially to 0 centigrade if our lower range value is 0. Then change the output value. When the display reads 0, hold down the 0% key on calibrator and observe that 0% is displayed. Then establish the 0 point of calibration. So this is the way how we do the 0 calibration of a temperature transmitter with the calibrator. Then we will set the span point in the calibrator. Set the display to desired span value of calibration. So we will select the span value. Suppose this is 150 centigrade. We will press the 100% key and observe that 100% is displayed on the screen of the calibrator. By this way, the span calibration of the transmitter is established. So this is the way how we do the 0 calibration and the span calibration of the temperature transmitter. If the test has not passed, perform adjustment as necessary. So we will check whether our test is okay or not. If it is in the range, then okay. Otherwise we will perform the adjustment, adjusting the transmitter. Depress the 0% key, record the applied temperature and the corresponding milliamps measurement. So we will press the 0 key, then we will check whether what is the output of the transmitter. Then we will press the 25% key 2 times. Then we will record the applied temperature, that what is the applied temperature, and then we will note down the temperature transmitter output, that what is the milliamps of the transmitter. Then we will press the 100% key. We will record the applied temperature and we will also record the milliamp measurement of the transmitter. After that we will calculate the error for each of the 3 points, which is our 0%, 25% and 100%. Then we will use these values in the formula and we will calculate the error. This is the formula to calculate the error. Error is equal to I minus 4 divided by 16 minus t over t span multiplied by 100. By this formula we can calculate the error, where error is in percent of span, I is your recorded milliamps, T is the recorded temperature and T span is the temperature input span. So these are the all values we will put in our formula to calculate the error. The error calculation table below shows that how to apply the formula to actual recorded measurement. So after this we will calculate the error and then according to chart we will apply it. If your calculated errors are less than the specified instrument tolerance, the transmitter has passed the test. Then we will check what is the error. If it is less from the range, then it is okay. Depress the 0 key to source the proper temperature for a 4 milliamps output. Adjust the 0 potentiometer from the transmitter until the current reading is 4 milliamp. Then press the 100 key, which is marked as 100%, to source the proper temperature, and then for a 20 milliamps output, then we will note down the 20 milliamps. If it is not 20 milliamps, then we will adjust the span potentiometer of the transmitter until the current reading is 20 milliamps. If it is a hot transmitter, then we will press the 100% and it will automatically adjust it. Depress the 0 key again and adjust the 0 potentiometer again if necessary to get a 4 milliamp. So we will check it twice, our 0, that our 0 is stable or not. After that, perform an as left test. Repeat step 8 through 12 to complete the full calibration procedure on your temperature transmitter. So by this way, this is the basic calibration setup. To calibrate the temperature transmitter, there are different methods used. One is the calibrate the transmitter only by simulating the sensor and measuring the output current, as I told you in previous section. By this way, we'll connect our heart to the transmitter and we will simulate the transmitter through this heart, and then we will perform the calibration. The second is the calibrate the transmitter with the sensor connected to it. We will connect our sensor with the transmitter and then we will calibrate our transmitter. By this way, we will connect our sensor with the transmitter and we will connect our heart communicator with the transmitter, and then we will perform the calibration of our transmitter. The third procedure is to calibrate the whole temperature measurement loop from the sensor to the DCS or the SCADA display. We have connected our sensor with the transmitter and transmitter is connected to the DCS, and we will calibrate the whole loop. By this way, we will connect our heart to the PLC input and we will calibrate the whole loop with the cables with the sensor and transmitter. Calibration, just the electronics with the simulator. To calibrate the electronics of a temperature measurement control system, a temperature simulator takes as a sensor and output simulates the corresponding thermocouple voltage or resistance of the RTD based upon accepted national tables. So we will simulate our transmitter with the calibrator. It is fast, the electrical settings are instant and require no stabilization time. So this is a fast way by just simulating the electronics. The calibration equipment may be more portable than the equipment used in other methods. This is portable because we have just have a calibrator and we will simulate the transmitter. The meter can still be used with interchangeable probe. we can use a meter in series to measure the milliamps. So this is the method of just calibrating our electronics with the simulator, and we are not using our sensor or the second method is to calibrate the electronics and the sensor in a dry well. In this method, unit under test probes are not interchangeable after the calibration. After the calibration, we have to use that sensor and that transmitter. In this method, the dry well is set to the desired set test temperature, and the thermometer, which is our sensor, meter and probe combined, is placed in the well. The sensor reading is compared to the reading on the dry well's built-in thermometer. We will compare our sensor output with the inbuilt thermometer, and then we will check what is the difference and what is the error. The probe and meter are calibrated as a system. The actual temperature is used. In this, we use an actual temperature. We will give a temperature through the dry well. Calibrating both the electronics and the sensor in a dry well. In this system, setup is simple as only a single instrument, the dry well, is used. This system is also simple. The dry well requires time to change temperature because we have to give the actual temperature, so we need a time for the stabilization of the temperature. When the temperature will stable, then we will calibrate. Accuracy is limited by the calibrated accuracy of the dry well. So its accuracy is limited. What is the accuracy of our dry well thermometer? So our accuracy will be according to that. If the probe does not reach the bottom of the well, additional errors can occur because our built-in thermometer will measure the temperature of the bottom of the well, so there will be error. In this method, a dry well is used as a stable heater. In this method, we are using a reference thermometer. So we are using a dry well, and we will stable the temperature, and then we will compare the values, result values. So this is the third method of calibrating the temperature transmitter. I hope you like the video.